Today marks 382nd day share since I learn and continue to learn with you. My hope is insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help achieve your goals, really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about directions in your life. And do you know that you're going to the right direction? Maybe you're stuck in the same place for years, maybe decades, or maybe you're going to the wrong direction whatsoever. I've experienced all those three. I have moved to the right direction. I have been stuck. I have been moving to the wrong direction. So I know that every single person most likely will experience all three. All three. There'll be some parts of the maybe a season where they stuck in that one place. I think that I feel like no one is who exactly go all the time. Maybe there'll be a short period because some extend that period, that stuck place for years, for decades. Maybe some people will be for weeks and months. But we need understanding that every single person most likely will get stuck in one of those areas. So moving to the right direction, getting stuck, and after that is moving to the wrong direction. So they will share what it is. How do you know if you are going to the right direction, getting stuck, or moving in the wrong direction? Tomorrow maybe we'll discuss how potentially we can really move out from one to another. So we'll look into different aspects of and how to know exactly that you are moving the right direction based on energy, based on goals, based on skills, emotions, values, and external feedback. So those six will be today focusing. I think there's more things that we can look into, but today we'll focus just on those six alone. So energy. And that I really like the energy because energy is of course one of the most important resource on earth because if you have energy, you can do everything. If you don't have energy, doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter how much help you have, because it doesn't matter anything because at that moment you just lay down in bed. So energy, what I like about that people who really move in the right direction, they are getting exhausted by the end of the day, but that exhaustion is it's happy exhaustion. It is fulfilled exhaustion, is purposeful exhaustion. And you fall asleep, you know that you did all your best and you moved towards something. Because when you think about stuck, people get drained and often drained and very fast drained. But even though that you got drained, you don't feel meaning behind it. Like why I'm tired? Like what reason I'm tired? It seems that I didn't do much, but I feel very, very tired. So that means that people who are moving in the right direction, they get exhausted, but they feel happy about being exhausted. While people who are in the same spot, they get exhausted, but they are neutral or have even bad feelings about feeling exhausted. While people who are going wrong direction, they have a chronic exhaustion. And I think that's sometimes even almost a burnout because when you move to the wrong direction, of course, it's hard. You need to push yourself harder. So you need to use your internal powers to push you constantly. And that internal trying to push, of course, it puts towards burnout, pushes us to chronic exhaustion. So when you think about energy, every single person is feeling exhausted. But how that exhaustion is showing up for people who move in the right direction, that exhaustion is happy, fulfilled because you know that you did something meaningful, move the needle forward. Dude, stuck people just have no idea why they're exhausted. It seems that they didn't move much. And of course, that people who are moving the wrong direction, they have chronically exhaustion. Now, now second, look into goals. And I think that goals is interesting thing because goals is one thing that you can potentially measure much harder. Energy is something that's harder to measure, but goals is quite simple. So are you moving closer to your goals or not? So of course, people who are having moving to the right direction, they know that okay, I'm inching forward. I measure my progress, and I could tell that I'm moving closer to my goals. People who are stuck, it seems that they're doing so much work, but they are still always in progress. Always in progress. There's nothing seems that moving forward. There's so much effort, so much motion, but there's nothing seems getting any closer. And people who are going the wrong direction, is they achieving goals? Sometimes this is the most interesting part that people who are moving the wrong direction achieving goals, but those goals is not for them. They're choosing the wrong direction, and that's why they're achieving goals. But achieving those goals doesn't mean anything. So sometimes people say like, "Oh, I achieved a goal, one, two, three, four, five goals," but I never feel fulfilled. I never feel meaning. I don't feel fulfillment and meaning because you're going the wrong direction. You're not achieving your goals, your personal goals that you have for your life. And again, understanding what your true goals are, because I think that if you want to achieve your dream, you need to understand first what is your dream. Because if you pursue someone else's dream, of course, that will not matter. Number three is skills. So that's easy. People who are moving to the right direction, they're expanding and their abilities, their confidence. So if you again, this is a measurement to look into okay, what kind of abilities and skills I had a year ago? What kind of skills and abilities I have right now? And compare those two periods. Sometimes when we compare skills and abilities in a week, we'll not see it. But when you start to look into a year, you see like, wow, there's a massive difference in my abilities, in my communication, and my confidence, and my courage. Of course, that means you are moving to the right direction. People who are stuck, it seems that they don't feel any growth whatsoever. There's no skills, like, or it might be that the person who is stuck is had so many different skill sets, just a little bit, just understanding, like surface level skills, nothing beyond surface. And that's where stuck people are. They have 20 different skills, just a surface level. No, doesn't have a skill set where they are pretty good. Because I love the definition of skill set. When you suck and pretty bad suck, then you suck, and then you are pretty good. Not bad, then you are good, and then you are moving to great. But it means that there's a lot of suck that you need to go through to achieve greatness. And I think that's a lot of times people really go through that suck, and then they're not able to finish that level of suck until they are able to be not bad. But it's hard to go through that level. And I think that's where so many people get stuck in that period of stuckness because they're just not able to really invest more time to really get out of it. And third is that because you're achieving goals that is not for you specifically because you chose based on society, based on surroundings, the skills that you're improving is aren't the things that really matter to you. So that means that when you will move to other direction, into the right direction for yourself, that means those skills that might be irrelevant whatsoever. It might be that will be some intertwined and then it's useful, but some might be totally the wrong direction. And I think that's again we need to hustle. What kind of skills that you I need in the past, in the future? What kind of skills do I need in the future? So who I want to become and what kind of skills I will need in the future. And when look into the skills that we're developing right now, it might be that it's totally wrong direction. That said, I've been there. I developing my skills and I was like, wow. When I look into myself, what kind of person I want to be, like those skills doesn't matter whatsoever. Number four is emotions. So this is quite easy as well. So people who are moving to the right direction, they feel excited, or worst case scenario, they're optimistic about the future because it might be that when you're moving to the right direction, that means that it might be that you'll be in a storm, in a chaotic life. There's a lot of things happening that you don't like. It could be in deaths in family. There could be bankruptcy in the business. It could be there are so many things could be that really recently happened, and you're still going through that adversity, circumstances. That means that your emotions could not be fully excited in being in the storm, but you were able to be a little bit excited about it, anticipation of that future. But at the same time, you have this optimistic view of the future. And this is an interesting point to be when you really do all the right things, you move in the right direction. You just because of the circumstances, you are in that storm. People who are stuck, they always feel that indifferent or neutral. Sometimes people start to live in denial and I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. I'm fine. But a fine is not fine because you're actually stuck. And I think that being able to name your feelings sometimes it's great to allows us to be aware where we're at and take action towards it. But if we are denying them and not accepting them and we are not aware about our feelings, that's where it leads to stuckness, to stay in the same spot. While people who um moving to wrong direction, of course that leads to restlessness, frustration, unhappiness. Because of course, if you, as I mentioned before, that if you always pushing from the inside, and you always need to push yourself and work very hard to push yourself, that will lead to restlessness. That leads to always feel exhausted. That is exhausting story to be. But if our dreams pulling us, so much easier than pushing us. So I think that that's like where the difference are. Number five is values. And I think that alignment is one of the beautiful words. I think that that's what I was looking for a long, long time because I was okay. Needed to understand my values first. And it's like a lot of time people say, like, I just want to live in alignment, or I'm living in alignment. And I used to think like what that means because I didn't know what an alignment means because I just didn't know what values mean, what they stand for, what is the most important values for me. When I really researched and looked into what they care about, what kind of my values, now maybe finally I'm able to live based on my values. So when people who are moving the right direction, they are aligned with their values. And people who are stuck, they just are uncertain about their values. They are stuck because they just do not know what values they're supposed to have and why they're supposed to have them. Not and they are not aware about their values. So not having your values, because every single person acting in a certain way. Every single person has values. But just not every person invests their time to understand their values. While, of course, the people who move the wrong direction, they sometimes frequently sabotage or compromise their values. So that's probably the worst part. I think that's one of the main reasons why people burn out because I think that when you sacrifice and compromise your values, I think that hurts you the most. I think that internal battle that when you like, should I do this, should I not, and I think that there might be other emotions, guilt, shame, or like whatever. Like there's so many negative emotions could come out when you compromise your values. A last one, I just want to mention just a small, not most important one, but still like it's good to look at it as like external feedback because when you really move to the right direction, people want to really be behind you. They want to really see you succeeding all the time. But people want to people say that they see your positive changes, and it might be not right away, but in general, when you really move towards a direction, if you're going outside of your circle, because your circle might be that don't want to change, but you go outside of your circle, other people will start to notice this, and they'll see how much passion, how much excitement, how much good feelings you have because you move into the right direction. You know that this is alignment with your values, and you show up differently. And because you show up differently, you accept it differently as well. People who are stuck, even friends, all friends, oh, like you are the same as in 5 years, 10 years. And I think that is the worst comment that you can get when you really want to pursue some difference. You want to pursue some big dreams. You want to make a change. If someone says that, it seems that you is the same as 5 years ago, that means that you didn't improve. That means that that's you stuck in the same place. So we would not want to get that. Like it could be that if it's a good say like oh your character have no change didn't change, that's great. Or your ability to persevere, your ability to have courage in tough situations didn't change, that's a good thing. But in general, if you said that overall you didn't change, or that's a show that's stuck. And of course feedback from the people who move wrong direction would potentially suggest that you're off track. But again, this is very unique because off track, it might be that people that know you the best, they will think that you're off track. But people who are mentors, advisors, who have been where you want to be, and you ask them, are you off track? Are you on track? They are able, and they are credible people to tell you that you are off track or on track. So this is a very important topic because external validation is that's why I really wanted to share this because we need to look into who we ask to get some kind of validation or feedback because feedback is only by credible people, and credible people doesn't mean people who love you. Credible people means people who have credibility under their hands. They achieve something worth listening to. And I think when you start looking at okay people who could give me feedback are people who are able to be credible in my field that I'm looking for because every single person is expert in different things. So if I want to get feedback, be able to ask in that field who is expert. I really love my mentor always used to say that when you have a problem, the first question that you need to ask is who? Who solved this problem? Who can I ask? Who can help me to really find a solution? That's an amazing question because it shows that In this world, not alone. There's a lot of people who potentially give you a shortcut in life, and shortcut is giving some kind of feedback or advice towards your problem to get solutions so you can really start acting faster. So I hope that you reflect as well. Where you at? How do you feel right now? Do you feel that you're moving to the right direction? Do you feel that you're stuck for a season? Or maybe you are moving to the right direction and it's time to really reconsider things and finally maybe move to other direction. So I hope you just win and see you tomorrow.